Hello everyone, come closer. Let me show you all how I turned this leftover minced beef into something scrumptious. Welcome back to my food and life history. So, let me show you. I started by preparing this leftover minced beef. The first thing I did was to add some vegetable oil into a pot, and to that I add some chopped onions. Then I added some cooking thyme. Okay, so once I finished adding the cooking thyme, I went in with some seasoning cube, some curry powder and nutmeg powder. Next, I went in with my ginger garlic paste. I also added some fresh pepper. This is a leftover beef, so you need to spice it, make it a little bit hot and peppery so it doesn't have that kind of taste, understand. So I went in with some fresh pepper like I said, and then stirred everything just as you see in the video. And once I was done stirring, I added in some salt to taste. So after adding the salt, I added the minced beef. Okay, so I added the minced beef as much as I wanted based on the recipe I wanted to make. Then I went ahead and stirred everything to mix in so well so that the beef will mix in completely with the ingredients that I just added earlier. After that, I added some water and I covered this to cook. So once my beef was cooked and some water was still left in the pot, I added my flour slurry. After adding the flour slurry, I just stirred and then take it down from the heat and kept it aside to cool down. Next thing, I made some short crust pastry using 500 grams of flour and 250 grams of butter or margarine, and that is exactly what you see in the video. I divided this short crust pastry into two parts, and then I took out the first part and rolled it out. After rolling it out, I had to cut it into sizes just to make the size that I want. So if you like as well, you can make your own bigger than this. Okay, but just take notice of the thickness of my short crust pastry. After flattening, you can see the thickness, how it is. It's not too thin and it's not too thick. So I transferred this into my baking tray that I lined with a little baking paper and thoroughly greased. Okay, the reason I use this little bit baking paper is because I had just this little baking paper that is left with me. But if you have your own baking paper as much than mine, you can just make sure that you cover all the pan with your baking paper. So I went in with my beef filling just as you see in the video. I filled the first short crust with my beef filling, and then after that I took out the second part, or the second short crust pastry, and rolled it out just as I did in the first one. And but this second one, you have to make sure that you have to roll it, and the size should be a little way wider than the first one that we placed the beef on it. So this one should be a little bit wider than the first one that we rolled out. Next, you apply some water around the edges of the first short crust pastry. You can also use egg wash, you can also use milk, you can also use flour paste to apply on these edges, but I choose to use water. So just apply some water around these edges, then use this second one that you rolled out to cover the beef and to place over the first one. So make sure you pinch every edge down, all the edges down, so that the two edges, the two parts meet, and also thoroughly or properly um, wrapped or sealed. So you can also use your fork to make sure that you seal this thoroughly. After sealing, you go ahead and egg wash the pastry. So make sure you egg wash the pastry. I went ahead and just make some marks just as designed, though this is optional. If you don't want to do that, I just did it as design on top of my beef pie or beef patty or meat pie, my giant meat pie. So I baked this in my preheated oven. So as it was baking, I went ahead and used the remaining filling and the remaining crust to make mini pies, mini beef pies, just little ones, those ones that you can just munch in one bite. So I use it to make some mini beef pies. Alright, so I placed everything in my oven and I baked at 180 degrees C for 40 minutes, or you can also bake according to your oven temperature using the top and bottom heat. And once I was done, my giant meat pie was ready, guys. Let's dive in. So I decided to cut this open so you guys see how delicious this looks. So you can make this for yourself at home this Christmas. Share it with your family members. Like if you share this, if you go ahead to share this, it can reach up to 10 persons. I'm telling you. So you go ahead and just share it, and with your friends, with your family, with your siblings or anybody around you. Just share it with them and let them enjoy this. Okay. Please, if you are just meeting us for the first time, this is my food and life history here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for amazing recipes. Also, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video as well, and don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section how you feel about this video. Also, don't forget to give us a super thanks to encourage us to do more. And finally, please follow me on my Facebook page at The Variety Chef and my Instagram handle at The Variety Chef as well. Till we meet in my next video, I want to use this opportunity to say Merry Christmas to all of you and a prosperous New Year. Bye bye.